Good morning. It is day 82 of the Mississippi River Trail, where I, as a single mom, am paddling the Mississippi River way back there from Minnesota all the way down to Louisiana with 7 of my 15 kids.
We're a family of 15 kids. One mom and Smokey Bear.
And the 7 youngest of us are paddling the whole Mississippi River.
This is chaos made fun.
Come follow our adventure.
So let's discuss where we are. This would be a large sandbank, like a 2-mile sandbank. So in our attempts of vlogging, and I'm going to be very real with y'all because I think it's important that y'all know what goes on behind the scenes to make all of this happen, from kids all the way to vlogging. And since we are so new to vlogging, I always wondered how it went. How do people get reception, battery life, things like that. As we've discussed before in previous episodes, the van is a mobile office at this point. No way you can keep all the devices Starlink charged, all of that, by just hoping for the best on trail. You need a plan, you need a way to charge things, especially when it is a daily vlog. So we have the van needs for battery life. Yes, you can carry battery banks, things like that, but the more you carry, the heavier it gets. It's okay for canoes, but when we go back into the world, we return to hiking, it's not feasible to carry that much weight, or you're gonna kill yourself, or you'll never get there, one or the other, or maybe both. So we leave Starlink and all of the huge battery stations and stuff in the van as we've evolved and tried to see what works. Originally, we were carrying them in the canoe, but it jeopardizes the integrity of all of the technology to have it in a boat, wet and that kind of stuff. And in the beginning, we did paddle in rain. As it's gotten colder, we don't, but it just really puts it at risk and it adds weight to the boat. So that being said, the van has become our mobile support. It is imperative for us to meet the van each night should we want to continue the daily vlogs. However, down south, they are getting the ramps and any kind of access are getting further and further and further apart. Very far apart. So to the tune of like 70 miles. No one can make 70 miles in a day. Well, I'm sure there's someone that can. We're not making 70 miles in a day. However, our miles have significantly increased since we have gotten past, I would say, really Cairo-ish. A little bit further than Cairo, but somewhere in there, we have been making some really good miles. Like stuff that we dreamed of that we didn't know was possible. We're doing well. But timing boat ramps or any kind of access is becoming very difficult. We are learning as we go. It's how any trail goes. We are learning that what's designated as a boat ramp and our navigational charts and things like that will be gated off. They're not always accessible. And then we have also learned that many things are considered landings. So where it might be a landing for a canoe or kayak, it's not a boat ramp, but they are very subtly marked on the map. The landings are not giving really any credibility at all. So you have to look for the landings. And then landings from there, they may be gated, they may be private, and they may be public. This right here, so we tried 3 different spots last night with no success. And we pulled off the water late because we did so many miles. And then we began what we thought was just a good to go campsite. We were ready to go, was not at all because it was gated. The next one was gated. So we finally rolled up on this place and it has water access. It is such a cool place. I think water probably has decimated the flooding this entire area. So it is like a ghost town. And it's sad to see the towns along the way because you can tell the towns as we search out these access points are just decimated by floods. And I have no idea when. I need to do some research. But that being said, it puts us further down the river than we anticipated, or we're just left looking for hours for access because like where we pulled off yesterday, the RV park let us pull off, but we couldn't, and we had to get permission. That was gated, but we could not stay there because they were fully booked. So we moved on, things like that. So this is considered an access point. That, my friends, is 2 miles of a sandbar, and it is lovely. It is so lovely. And the barge traffic is very, very busy. We slept near here last night. We didn't want to walk the 2 miles out to the river. Well, we did, but not with all our gear. And we can hear, where we tented, you can hear barge traffic all night long. It is very, very busy. Yesterday, we saw maybe 4 or 5. It was not many. And today, last night, they were lined up getting ready to go around the bend. You could see their headlights in the dark, and we listened to them all night long. We woke up to barge traffic. It will be a very busy day on the water. So now we are shuttling back up north to about a little after where we left off, because we're not going to put back in at the campground and ask to get in again. So we'll put in a little below that and we'll put in the water. But we know that it's going to be a very heavily trafficked day on the water. So we have another landing. Pretty sure it's doable. Google Earth, Google Maps. We jump between Avenza. We have all kinds of navigational systems and charts that we have about 5 or 6 that we bounce between. So matching them up helps ensure our safety, and we thought would eliminate this part, but it's not doing too good. It's kind of eliminating it, but we're still searching and we got to get better at it. So that being said, we are loading up right now where the tents are, right up here, and we're going back north to put in a little bit. Ooh, do be right. We're going back north and we'll put in a little below where we left off. We will put in a little bit, we're going north, put in a little bit south, and be back on the water. But that being said, it is getting interesting. People said the south would be harder, but I wasn't anticipating it vehicle access wise. But with that in mind, we are also full packing because there is no guarantee we will be able to meet the van, which adds a level of suspense to it too, because we just don't know. And we may be doing a lot of island camping. So we will be full packing, because if you do not full pack and then you end up not being able to see the van for all of these issues we ran into yesterday, we will be in a bind. Without tents, without shelter, we always carry the minimum: 1 tent, blankets, and a change of clothes. But just to get out of the wind, we can all pile in 1 tent just to sit out whatever comes. But knowing that we may be stranded and not have vehicle access means we need everyone to be prepared for an overnight stay. So we're back to all of our gear in boats. Not sure how that's gonna do on time, whether it'll slow us down or not, because it's more weight, but the current is ripping. So that's a good thing. We like current and it's good current. So we will put in today, see how far we can make it, hoping for another large mileage day. It is beautiful. Look at this day. Look at that. Doesn't get much prettier than that. So pretty day, low winds, lots of sun, and the rain that was forecasted has also been taken out because we are actively working our way south at a rapid rate. So, which is exciting because it means we might make it. But the weather is changing. I didn't think about those things at all. I didn't think about how when we push larger mileage days, we're going into new territory, which changes the weather too. Don't think about those things. So rain is out of the forecast and we have a week forecast of beautiful weather. So we're gonna load up, go a little bit back north, put in a little bit south of where we took out, and we're gonna be on the water. So let's go paddle a really pretty day.
Get alerts when we release new episodes. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
All right, once over of where we slept last night. Oh, it was so lovely. Like, it was so lovely. But that's the footprint of my tent. You can kind of see it in the smashed grass, but all looks good. Footprint of Grisham and Galax, super small right there. Looks good. Everyone else chose to sleep on concrete. I'm not sure why, because the grass was so soft. But yeah, all looks good. Smokey was over there. All looks good. All right, we are good to go. So this day has taken a very interesting turn. And as always, gonna keep it real, gonna keep it raw, and super honest. Corey's phone does not work right now. So he has one of the month-to-month plans because they're simple and we love those. And when it went to auto renew, we are either so remote it does not get service to renew, or there's an issue. We have spent 4 hours on the phone. If Corey does not have a phone, we do not have a way to communicate with him. We are in very remote areas. That being said, we have no communication for vehicle access points. He has no maps to even get to the towns that are close, which there are no towns close. We'll go through some little like kind of populated areas and then we go back into remoteness. But the little town that we were able to find that was kind of beside us was up the it would separate the two of us, and the paddling group versus the van group. These are the obstacles of a support vehicle. Yes, it is absolutely worth its weight in gold and is a proactive measure for safety. It is mobile support, and it enables us to do education, like get to museums and things like that. Those are all of the pros to a support vehicle. The cons are issues like this that tie you to it. It takes away the spontaneity of stuff, or actually kind of adds to it too. There's pros and cons there. But it also creates a whole nother element to take into consideration when dealing with the logistics of a trip. So we are doing that now. This trip does not look anything like we thought it would. But that's true of any trail. It's always the unexpected. That is the fun of it. Last night was fun as hell. It was just fun. It was the spontaneity of not knowing where you're going. It's finding things you never thought you would find. It's really fun. But the other side of that is today has needs of its own that were not planned on and are unexpected. So we are currently headed into the nearest larger town, and going to address it. Do we drive the 30 minutes back to where we are? I don't know. We haven't gotten that far yet. Do we put in lower, which means it is a beautiful sunny day and we are not on the water? That is frustrating. I want to paddle. Everybody wants to paddle. Boys want to fish. We don't want to be doing this. But there again, not a crisis. There was a time in life we did not have a van. There was a time in life we did not have money for gas when we did have a van. So we had a van, but it sat in the driveway. There's been a lot of life we have lived. So today is really a non-issue. It's a hiccup, but it is nothing substantial. It's nothing to ruin our life. It's nothing. There are so many other things in life that are so far beyond this. It's just a hiccup. So it's the fun of the adventure. And if you don't look at it like fun and adventure, it becomes very frustrating, creates conflict, and everybody can stay mad at each other. So that's not why we're out here. That's not the point. The point is to have fun. The point is to paddle the river. The point is to have an adventure, have an experience in life. We're definitely experiencing life and a lot of it. So that being said, we're going to address phone issues because those are the hiccups of the trail. Those are hiccups of support vehicles. But there again, not a crisis. So life looks a little different today, but it's really fun, and I highly doubt we'll get done in time to put in on the water because there, like we discussed earlier, the access points are few and far between. So we will probably get on a sandbank where we'll put in, probably tomorrow, and we'll fish, and the kids will build sandcastles, and it will be fun because they are taking with them memories. This is not about proving a point, just there again, becoming enslaved to the miles, the river, all that. The whole thing is about experiences. If we are going to inspire families and people, just people in general, it doesn't even have to be families, we don't even have to have kids involved. If you're going to inspire people to do these things, you need to realize the reality of them and maintain your perspective. Just stay flexible, adapt, improvise, overcome, all those things. Because if you don't stay flexible, you're just going to be miserable. So have fun with it. Celebrate it. Celebrate the hiccups. Look at the adventure of it, where we are, what we're doing. It's just fun. It's just really fun. And we are seeing things that we would not have seen on the river, and vice versa. When we're on the river, we're seeing parts of the world that we would never see otherwise. So you just roll with it. But today looks very, very different, and that's okay. So we're going to go fix a phone, see what the rest of the day has in store. We may look up some educational opportunities for around here because the river is rich with history and education opportunities. So we may do that instead. Don't know, but it's not a bad day. We're just rolling with it, and it's all good.
Okay, so we're at a campground, and I'm gonna show y'all around. Here's the bathrooms over here. It's a little trailer. There's our camp over there. It's actually a pretty nice bathroom for a trailer. So you got soap, fluffy soap. Whoever invented fluffy soap is brilliant. Yep. And then trash can right there. And you got this toilet with the toilet paper right there. Look at this, it's brilliant. So you have to get germs on your hands. You just press right there. And you flush it. It doesn't fill up with water, but if you want it to fill up with water, you just press it down. And that little thing right there opens. And you just press it down, you can hold it, and the water fills up. But then you just flush it. And there's the tower we're about to go to. I'm gonna go show y'all. There's a barge over here. Here, let me go show y'all the barge. There it is, right there. And we're gonna go to that tower, and I'm gonna show y'all. So here is the tower. Christmas already up there. There's a cool little cabin over there. Don't know what it is, but it's a pretty cool cabin. Yep. There is some bees up here, but as long as you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you. Alright. So there's the river. Over there. And probably gonna be a really good sunset up here.
This is how long this barge is. You know, it's a little odd and things that I didn't know would actually occur until you're actually out here on the river. But to see the name Marquette or Ingram is like seeing an old friend. We don't really know the captains, but I know we've talked to a lot of them and they've all been friendly. But that is a name that we have seen consistently all the way down the river once the tows and the tugs actually started. And there was kind of a connection because when we met in St. Paul and did the River Institute of Living Lands and Water, Ingram is one of the ones that helps get the educational barge up and down the River Institute. And it's a nonprofit, and Ingram actually gets them moved around. So they go up the Ohio, up the Mississippi, I think they go up the Missouri too. But to see Ingram out there, which is what that is, or Marquette, is like seeing an old friend. And there's a familiarity to it on the water that just kind of makes you feel like you're at home. It's like, oh yeah, we know them. So after months of being on the water, over 2 at this point, actually 3, we're on day 82, so almost 3, it is very comforting to see familiar things. And Ingram is one of them. So it's kind of cool as they continue to just even be south, because they were so far north and now they're this far south. And that's just really, really cool. And one thing that I just didn't really expect or think about is getting attached to one certain aspect of familiarity, like a tow company or a business. But look at the waves that thing's putting out. That's so cool. And it's very, I mean, yes, they're very, very serious swells that is going to create, but it's the cadence and rhythm of it. And look at the way the water flows. It's a very peaceful, comforting thing. And once you become familiar with it and you're in the water with it and you know what to expect, you know where to be, to see them go by, and then to even see what they put out commands a respect. But it is also, look how far lived it is. You can still see the rolling movements of the water. There are days when we're not on the water that you actually begin to miss the water. You miss the feel of it, you miss the sound of it, of the paddles in the water. You just begin to miss it. And I'm officially to that point that when we don't paddle, I miss the water, especially on a day we thought we would be paddling and could not and did not. I later learned today that Corey actually had a dream last night, and I was not aware of this morning, but it was a very, very alarming dream that was not good. I trust dreams, I trust intuition and instinct and things that the subconscious, I trust that. So Evie had one of those moments on the AT and we heeded it. And Corey had one of those last night that I didn't even know about until later on this afternoon, that it was not a pleasant outcome. So maybe today of being on the water, maybe there was a sandbar that was unstable, maybe a lot of things, we'll never know. but I trust the process. It allows me to be at peace with how the day went, but it also allows me to just trust the natural progression of life. And it will let you know when you need to be out there and when you don't. And today we obviously did not need to be on the water, and we heeded that peacefully. And then I later learned about Corey's dream. So who knows what would have happened? Maybe it would have been an uneventful day. Maybe catastrophe would have struck. We'll never know. But I do know that we're all here safe and sound, and we're ready to paddle another day tomorrow, and all is well. And all the kids are well. It's been a very peaceful, very fun day. After all the chaos and we finally got settled, they have fished all day. They have played on the playground. They've made friends and lots of memories.
Hey, good call, Smokey.
Huh?
Good call on the dinner.
The biscuits and gravy's easy and good. It's
They're gonna stop walking about my food, bro. 2 little rumpies I caught already.
Oh, there they go.
Stop trying to crawl out my hands. No. No. The boat trying to go on the run.
They are ready to hop. You've been holding them too long. They're ready to hop. They're gonna get at it. They're probably hungry. Oh, there he goes again.
No.
So, late night fixes. We were getting paddles out of the boat to get everything ready to put in tomorrow, and we discovered this.
What do you say, this?
Yes, that. Definitely that. So how do you deal with little hiccups of gear and equipment? This is how you deal with it. We carry water well, which you'll see down there. And this is how we did the quick patch on A's initial boat, his original kayak, when the hole was in it on the bottom of the kayak. It was just a little Pelican kayak. So we patched his hole with the water weld, and now we are using water weld to fix A, common theme here, this paddle. We don't know when it will. We don't exactly know when it happened. Probably had something sit on it in the canoe. This is the second paddle of this brand that we've had break, and it is just a Walmart basic Arcadia Ozark Trails paddle. So he does like the paddle, but it is a little not quality. It's very much the result of a cheap paddle. So we are so close to the end. Thought of ordering one on Amazon, like mine, because I really love my paddle, but we're so close to the end, and is it really worth arranging to have it shipped downriver a little bit when we only have about 16-ish days left, possibly a little more. So when we only have 16 to 20 days left, not really feeling a new paddle and all the trouble of shipping it. But this will cure overnight and be like cement tomorrow, in theory, and he will be good to go and ready to paddle. That is one thing, families on trail. Kids are rough on their gear. That is why I do not purchase ultralight stuff or even bother with high quality gear for the kids, because they are very rough on their stuff. So it is important to keep in mind that you want tough gear, not exactly ultralight gear, especially when backpacking, but even paddles too, tents, those kind of things. You get ultralight, they are fragile, they're thin, and they are made for trail life, but not really for kids on trail. There's a difference. So I get really tough stuff, and sometimes that means extra weight, but it is worth it because it withstands them. And with stuff like this, cheap gear, I'm not going to spend massive amounts of money on paddles and things because of things like this. And if they tear stuff up, then it's replaceable, rather than having high quality gear that has been handled roughly by a kid. All right, there you have how you fix a paddle while on trail. Quick fix for tomorrow, and the gates are already locked to the campground we're in, which is a lovely campground, but we're good to go. That'll dry tomorrow, and hopefully he does not lose that paddle in the river tomorrow, because he already lost one in Sauk Rapids. When he went through Sauk Rapids, this exact paddle, or at least this model, that blade fell off in the water in Sauk Rapids, just like this one did. But that blade, paddle, whatever, disappeared in, like it sunk to the bottom of the Sauk Rapids. This one was actually in the boat, so we just fixed it. All right, if y'all want to see what life looks like before we do names on paddles, this is it. This is trying to round them over. If y'all want a real inside look at life, here we go. So we got behind on names on paddles by a lot because we have been living so much life. Hit Memphis way sooner than expected because I didn't really realize that New Madrid and Memphis were that close. And then I didn't really realize that Memphis was, well, I knew it, I just didn't think about that Memphis is so close to the bottom of Tennessee. Really didn't put those two together until we were there. And now here we are, and we had the hiccup today of the phone and the van. So here we are, and we're gonna do names on paddles finally because we had a breather day. We had a day that we could actually focus on work and things like that and have a come down day. All right, they've been rounded up finally. The troops are here. So we got behind a little bit on names. So now we have 3 names to add because we're finally at a chill place, and we actually like doing this at night way more than doing it in the morning because first of all, it gives us more time in the morning and it's not as rushed, so we can enjoy it. And second of all, it kind of gives a little mood lighting because look at that. We got a fire going. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So, all right, let's hear it, B. What we got?
Okay, the first name is Patty B. Says, I've been following you since the Appalachian Trail. What an education you're giving your kids. Love it. Growing adventures.
All right, Patty B has been following us since the AT.
Why is Cameron getting a
Because you seem to be in a great mood.
Yeah,
She's been
'cause I took
following us since the AT, and she says loves following the family's adventures. All right, we are going to give Patty B over here to C because C wants a patty paddle.
Patty paddle.
And C already has Patty on his paddle, so now he gets another Patty. So he's gonna have a patty paddle, and it's so fitting. And look at that hair. How can he not? Let's see, C. Look up. Oh yeah.
Oh, Cece.
Completely, absolutely deserving of a patty paddle. So let's have it, C. Come on.
Come on, Patty paddle.
Patty paddle. All right, who has the black marker? All right, this Patty is spelled differently, I believe. B, how is Patty spelled?
Patty, P-A-T-T-I.
All right, so yes, this Patty has a P-A-T-T-I, and then her last name starts with a B. So let's see it, C. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Patty B is on the paddle. What do you tell Patty B, y'all?
Thank you, Patty B.
All right, she's been watching since the AT, and she's following the adventure. So here we go. Thank you, Patty. All right, next one.
Patty paddle.
The next one is Rivers, Payson, and Sparrow. Our families love following your adventures. Keep paddling. You got this.
Oh, very nice. And by the way, I love the names. Rivers, Payson, and Sparrow. Those are very, very cool names. And if I were to go on and have more kids, I might name them Rivers, Payson, and Sparrow. Those are cool names. So, all right. Who wants Rivers, Payson, and Sparrow?
Me.
No, I already promised Lily one. Lily gets one. And because she took over Miss Not Oatmeal's paddle.
Actually, I'm still keeping it.
You're still keeping your paddle? Yes, you are. You're just letting her borrow it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I want to write the name.
Oh, you want to write too? All right. How about you and Lily both write names? You want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
wanna
Which name do you
write-
want to write?
Sparrow.
I want to ride River.
Rivers? It's got an S on the end, so it's Rivers, okay? You want to write that one? So then Lily can write Payson and Sparrow? Okay, cool. All right, Lily. You want to let her write it first, so Rivers comes first? Okay, here we go.
Hey, Mom.
You write it right here.
It's not Oatmeal gets to write Rivers, and we're going to have to make this fit because her paddle is filling up
Go right
fast.
here. Go right here.
All right, there you have it. Rivers. R-I-V-E-R-S. All right, what do you tell Rivers?
Thank you.
All right, Lily, you can write Payson and Sparrow, okay? Where do you want to put them?
Over here.
On the other side?
Let me see. I forgot how to write the.
There we go, Payson and Sparrow. So we have Rivers way down there and Payson and Sparrow right there. What do y'all tell Rivers, Payson, and Sparrow?
Thank you, River. Sparrow.
Ooh, there we go. Are you happy with that, Miss Not Oatmeal? Oh, yeah. All right, and we have one more. Let's hear it, B.
The next name will be Malachi Jones, which says, hey buddy, your family is inspiring young boys like me. Maybe someday we will get a paddle to the next adventure together.
Very nice. Did y'all hear that? All right, it says, hey buddy, your families are inspiring kids like me. So Malachi is another kid just like y'all. And he said maybe one day we'll get to do an adventure together. So, you want Malachi? That's a boy talking to a boy. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's put Malachi on your paddle. Here we go. All right, Malachi J. He likes the fact that Jay looks like a fish hook, so yeah. We got that Jay going on.
Mom, that's a catfish.
All right. Oh, and they even have a hook.
Yeah,
The barb. All right. So what do y'all tell Malachi J?
Thank you, Malachi.
All right. Let's say some thank yous to everybody, and we've done names on paddles. So if y'all do not know, names on paddles and the Paddle of Fate go to things like the Bass Pro Elevator, Adventures in Memphis and St. Louis. The Paddle of Fate is significance towards that, but the names on the paddles also do coffee and morale boosters and keep gas in the van and keep YouTube coming. So that is where it's going, and it is very, very much appreciated. And what?
And that's where I get my hot chocolate from all the money that we're getting on this show.
Yep.
From all the followers.
Yep, the
Thank
little
you.
love notes and the little names on paddles go to your hot chocolate fund, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you get to go up the elevator in Bass Pro, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we weren't going to do that, and then we did it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Is that the fun stuff?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you say for that?
Thank you.
Here we go. All right, what do y'all tell Malachi J?
Thank you, Malachi.
What do you tell Rivers, Payson, and Sparrow?
Thank you, Rivers, Sparrow.
And what do you tell Miss Patty B?
Thank you, Patty.
All right, there we go. Names on paddles. Thank y'all so very much. It is keeping morale up, getting us further down the river, and funding our future adventures for y'all to watch more of. Here we go.